What's up, peeps? So today is a beautiful day outside. Decided to make another video for you here, hopefully. Obviously, if it's posted, then at least I did catch one fish. Just figured I'd come out and try to enjoy this beautiful day. It's been a little bit tough to kind of find a fishing spot, around my local area. There's a ton of people outside just because it's so beautiful out. Obviously, it's, early November. Typically, it gets a little bit colder at this point. But the weather's like probably in the mid-60s. So as you can imagine, obviously everybody's out, trying to enjoy this nice weather, catch some fish, which I don't blame them. But obviously I'm going to be fishing the Tulpehocken Creek today. Again, I'm actually going to be fishing downstream a little bit of ways. I'm not going to be fishing in the delayed harvest section. Just wanted to kind of switch it up a little bit, try a new spot. Like I said, also there's tons of people on the creek anyway, so trying to find a spot is not always the easiest task. But let me get to my fishing spot, see if there's anybody there, and I'll bring you back for the first few casts, and we'll go from there. Alright guys, so it doesn't look like there's anybody in my fishing spot right now, so I'm actually going to make my way over. Instead of going across the bridge, I'm just going to walk across the water here. Hopefully we don't fall. That would be the ultimate bad thing, which, seems to be my lovely thing to do lately. Been falling in a lot lately, and of course, ripping waders and all that fun stuff. So I'm gonna do my best, take my time, work my way across here. That way we don't take a swim in the water. I'd rather not go swimming with the fishies. Especially because right now the water temps are starting to drop. It's starting to get real cold. It's already down to I think I last saw 56 degrees Fahrenheit for the Tully. Which obviously I don't want to go swimming in that right now. I like wet wading when it's in the summertime, when it's chillier. But alright, I'm gonna get set up in my spot over here. See if we can catch any fish. I'll show you my first few casts and we'll go from there. I'll bring you back shortly. Alright, peeps. Let's get some casts thrown out here. See if we can catch anything off the start. Yeah, I figured I'll quick show you what flies I'm using too, I guess. So actually I have a flashback pheasant tail on right now. And also have some kind of jig head. Forget exactly what they called it. But there's a lot of green. It's like a copper wire around it. That way it's a little bit flashy in the water. It's like fluorescent green with some bright orange in it. Like I said, jig head. I think there are 15 gram beads in here, but I've actually caught some nice fish on this, and really like this one. But all right, let's get a couple casts thrown out here, and we'll go from there. Let's see. I'm sorry about being in the sun here. Unfortunately, the way I'm fishing here is kind of in the sunlight. I do apologize. What a beautiful day out. Literally cannot beat days like this. These are the kind of days I wish my wife wasn't working, and don't get me wrong, I wish I had a job right now, considering that I had some income coming in. But at least I have the opportunity to get out in nature right now and enjoy my time. Unfortunately, she's stuck at home, working at home because of COVID. Which I'd rather her be there than at the office, to be safe, to be honest. But, you know, to each their own here. Alright, well, let's see here. Just gonna throw a couple casts, see if we can catch anything off the start. So, to my previous video, they were pushing around 300 CFS the last time I was out. The flows have dropped significantly since the last time. Right now they're pushing around, I think 100 and I think it was 140 or 150 out of the ceiling basin at the moment. Typically that's a little bit lower on the lower scale ends of things. When that's the case, I like to a lot of times like to try to come fish downstream. It's a little bit deeper down here some points. Fish like to sit down here anyways. Plus, sometimes this area doesn't get pressured as much. So sometimes I like to take my chances in different areas. Tully's a lot, definitely a lot cleaner this time than the last time I fished it. It was really, really, really murky the last time, so I'm actually using, that's why I'm using some flies that are a little bit more natural coloring in comparison to what I was using the last time. I do split shot on. I don't know if I'm getting deep enough here for the fish. We'll see. Not really having much action at this point, but we will see here shortly, I guess. See if we can throw a couple more drifts out, and then I'll eventually start to work my way upstream a little bit. But I know there's some nice little pockets in here that they like to sit in, and I'm assuming because they actually stocked upstream, I'm assuming they stocked down here too. Now, not obviously 100% sure, but you know, never thought the fact that, you know, people on the trail over there, probably behind me riding their bikes or walking by, probably hear me talking to myself, thinking I'm a crazy person. But, you know, whatever. I'm sure they've heard of YouTube before. Man, getting nice drifts here in my opinion. It's not getting any action at all. No one seems to want my flies. Yeah, I let that drift out really far that time. Alright peeps, so I moved up in the water here a little bit, see if I can catch a fish up closer to these rapid area here. Bear with me, I do have a lot of trees and brush behind me, so if my casting is a little crappy, that would be the reason why, and don't be surprised if I get snagged here, especially if I set the hook too hard, which I've already done. But we will see if we can get a fish here at all. Figured I'd have you guys on with me for a little bit. I have caught them out of here before. So, I mean, they're definitely in here. Just a matter of finding them. This is really rocky in here, so if you sometimes see my indicator going down and I'm setting the hook, it's due to the fact that obviously I'm getting snagged on a rock or something, which drives me nuts because you obviously, you think it's a strike from a fish, and especially using especially using these New Zealand indicators. They are very sensitive, and literally you can feel everything, or see everything, I should say, which can be a good and bad thing. But I was always told, if your indicator goes and see something weird, set the hook. Doesn't hurt. Remember, setting the hook is always free. Alright, let's see if we can get it out a little farther over there. Sorry for the text message noise. If you hear that. Let's see if this fly change can result in any fish here at all. I put on a hare's ear nymph with, I think it's got like a red collar on it with like a brass bead, and then I also put on actually that same nymph I put on, or I showed you guys earlier, the green one, except this one's just in like a purplish pink color, hoping that might be a little bit brighter for them in the water, and see if they'll go for something like that instead. So we'll see here. These waters in here can be a little bit more challenging to fish because of the rapids. It's a lot more mending. Otherwise your indicator's under the water the whole time. And the only issue is it's hard to see fish. And sometimes you get snags. Because there is a lot of rocks underneath these little rapids here. So actually all these times with my indicator going under, it's probably getting snagged on a rock. Alright guys, so I know I told you earlier I did a little fly change down below. Let me show you the flies that I used real quick here. So here's the hare's ear nymph with that black, or that red collar on it, and then there's obviously a flashback. And then here's that fly I was talking about that unfortunately I don't know the name of, similar to the green one. So figured I'd show you guys, but I'll throw a couple casts here, see if we can get anything on camera. Wouldn't that be nice? I gotta be careful here because it's like really deep, but there's a lot of big rocks, caverns, so my flies could get caught really easy. Or snagged, I should say, and I don't feel like dealing with that. Oh, we got a fish on, guys. Stinks too because it was a good strike and he was flopping around for me. He's only a little guy. brown, it looks like. There we go. All right, mate. Chill out, chill out. Looks like he took that bottom fly that unfortunately I don't know what it is, but it's definitely a nice boy. Looks good. Alright, dude. Chill out. I don't want to get you all wrapped up. We'll be honest, it is nice too, because this is actually a barbless hook. Jeez, I'm so sorry, guys. So it should come out of him really easy. Just like that. Woo! Chill out, mate. Alright. I just want to show you to the camera and then we'll let you go here. Look at that. He's a nice boy. He's really pretty. Alright, hold on, dude. Hold on. Real nice and pretty. And there he goes. Back to the depths. That's a pretty brown though. Not gonna lie. Seeing if we can get it over there farther and farther. And I may have had a fish there and I just missed it, but I know there's a big rock there too, so could have just got snagged on that. Who knows? I'm gonna tell myself I got snagged on a big rock. Okay, so I might potentially move upstream here a little bit. So be really careful. So it was really deep in this area up here. There are fish that like to sit in here. It's just they're hard to find, I'll be honest. And it is still pretty murky. Whoops. I guess he thought that was a little treat. Tried to eat my indicator. Hope I got that on camera. Oh, I had another fish. I saw him twirling. Looks like there might be a bunch sitting in here. See if I can get anything else.